Hi everyone! Welcome to my second episode of Bullet Journaling 101. I'm Bailey, and I'm really excited to have two tutorials to show you today. The first thing we're going to learn about is hand lettering, which is one of the most fundamental elements of bullet journaling. And then we're going to take that skill and apply it when we learn how to make a sleep log. So today I'm going to be showing you two different ways to do hand lettering. The first way is the way that's used most in the bullet journaling world, and that is done with a brush pen. And a brush pen has a tip that looks like this, and it's very flexible. Brush hand lettering is pretty tricky to get right, and it takes a lot of time and practice, and I'm still developing that skill myself. So after I show you the basics of brush lettering, I'll then show you a special cheat way of hand lettering that can be done with any fine point marker, which everyone should have lying around the house. One of the most important things to remember when using a brush pen to hand letter is that all of the upstrokes are going to use less pressure and all of the downstrokes are going to use more pressure. That's what's going to create the thin and thicker lines of each letter that's super characteristic of hand lettering. So I'll show you how to do that with the letter A. Just like that. The second most important thing to remember when using a brush pen for hand lettering is that all of your strokes are going to want to move from left to right across the page and be as horizontal as possible. And that's what's going to create the bouncing effect that we see often with brush hand lettering. So I'll show you what I mean by that by drawing a few more letters. And now I'm going to finish out the alphabet so you can see what each letter looks like. The first step to lettering with a fine point marker is you're going to want to write out every letter that you want on the page. And the key to this step is that we're going to want to keep the left to right horizontal motion that we had with the brush pen letters. So let's do it. So now, the key to getting the fine point marker letters to look like the brush letters is that we need these thick and thin up and down strokes. So here's how we're going to get that. We're going to go back to each letter, and you're going to find the spots on each letter that would have been a downstroke when you were drawing them. So for this A, it's this section and this section. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our fine point marker and we're going to go and thicken up those sections and fill them in, just like this. And that is going to be the key to getting our fine point letters to look like we made them with the brush pen. So now let's repeat this step for each letter. So now that we have some basic skills in hand lettering, I'm going to show you how to make a sleep log. A sleep log is another basic bullet journal page that helps you track your sleeping patterns. Every day you'll log when you went to sleep, when you woke up, and then the total amount of hours you slept that night. Now this page can take a bit longer than the others to make, so you might enjoy listening to a podcast, watching Netflix, or listening to some good music while you make it. Let's get started. So the first step to making your sleep log is to write out each date of the month into a vertical column. I like to start from the bottom so that way I don't run out of room. Next, I like to write out the first letter of each day of the week next to the corresponding date. I do this so that when I'm tracking my sleep, I can see both the date and the day of the week. And those are going to go in the vertical column right next to the dates. Okay, here comes the long part. The next step is to write out each hour, starting with the nighttime hours and heading into the morning hours. I like to start with 10 p.m. and end with 2 p.m. because it fits nicely onto the page. Let me show you. So the way this is eventually going to work once you're done is every day you'll grab a highlighter and start with the time that you went to bed and then highlight until the time you woke up. So for example, if I went to bed at midnight and woke up at 11 a.m., I would highlight from 12 to 11. Let's get started. The next step is to make a box to write out the total hours in. If you're using a ruler, I usually make mine about 2 centimeters in width. We're almost done. This next step is the step that you'll get to use your new hand lettering skills on. In the empty space at the top of the log, you're going to write sleep log, and you can use either technique that I taught you earlier in the video. Now, if you're happy with your log the way it is, feel free to skip this next step. But I usually like to add a little bit of decoration. So I'm going to go back and draw stars around the title to make it look like the night sky. Congrats, you now have your very own sleep log. And as you start to use it and fill it in, it'll start to look like this. Thanks so much for tuning into my second episode of Bullet Journaling 101. I'll be back with a brand new video next week.